This is the story of the Antarctic Accord, a hypothesis connecting post-war covert programs, alleged meetings with non-human intelligences, and a subterranean force beneath the ice. In 1947, an object fell in New Mexico, leading to investigations and the emergence of Majestic 12, a cabal charged with handling extraterrestrial contact. Majestic 12 allegedly centralized crash recovery, reverse engineering, and control of alien technologies, creating a monopoly on physical access to crashed objects globally. High-level meetings supposedly occurred between US presidents and non-human intelligences, notably an alleged encounter between President Dwight Eisenhower and extraterrestrial visitors in the 1950s. From the 1950s onward, reports suggest the US gained privileged access and authority regarding unidentified craft remains, controlling both the narrative and technology. Picture Antarctica not as a white desert, but as a temperate land with ancient coastal settlements and domed structures, a vanished world before a cataclysm locked it under ice. The theory proposes that a highly advanced culture, human, post-human, or non-human, developed technologies to survive beneath the ice after the surface froze. These subterranean inhabitants, possibly ultra-terrestrial, maintained continuity into the modern era, harnessing geothermal refuges and vast caverns beneath the ice sheet. Scientists have found geothermal hotspots and subglacial lakes, creating a sandbox for speculation. If an advanced intelligence survived there, what capabilities might it wield? The Antarctic inhabitants, the theory continues, evolved or acquired tools like electromagnetic control and long-range sensing, developing leverage few nations could resist. The Antarctic Accord is the pivotal claim, a formal or tacit arrangement where the subterranean intelligence granted select powers to the US in exchange for cooperation and secrecy. Under this arrangement, the Antarctic beings supplied a method to disable interstellar craft, and the US would handle crash retrievals and containment of any spillover. This exchange solved two problems: delegating messy human contact for the Antarctic occupants and securing unparalleled access to advanced materials for the US. Other nations consented because refusal carried existential risk, evidenced by historical anecdotes of unexplained nuclear malfunctions and disabled missile systems. The Accord is a web of de facto rules, non-interference by other states, US-led retrieval protocols, and a shared imperative to suppress public knowledge. Compliance is maintained through the threat of planetary-scale resets, with stories claiming the Antarctic occupants have initiated global ecological or technological collapses. These resets explain why sovereign states surrender authority and maintain secrecy, with the US functioning as an intermediary, protecting both species and subterranean power. From the nuclear age to the Cold War, incidents like radar systems cutting out or missiles failing to arm are interpreted as deliberate, didactic acts of deterrence. The result is enforceable silence, as nations choose the lesser evil, allowing one actor to handle the unknown rather than provoke a power that can neutralize their capabilities. The evidence is a mosaic of leaks, testimonies, anomalies, and reinterpretations of myth and science, with consistent patterns of unexplained crashes and suppressed recovery operations. The absence of verifiable documentation is explained by design, a global pact of secrecy backed by a force that rewards compliance and punishes exposure. If parts of this theory were true, geopolitics would be secondary to an under-ice authority, and humanity's sense of agency would be fundamentally challenged. The moral hazards are immense. Concentration of power carries abuse potential, eroding democratic oversight regardless of the origin of power. How would we test this hypothesis? By watching for technological anomalies during strategic moments, corroborating whistleblower accounts, and unexpected subglacial anomalies. Also, diplomatic patterns suggesting asymmetry, like unusual deference to US demands regarding crash sites, could provide further clues. The public's role is crucial, advocating for declassification, independent oversight, and international accords that democratize knowledge rather than concentrate it. Are we living under the watchful eye of an ancient race? Is the United States their chosen partner or their pawn? The Antarctic Accord forces a fundamental question: who holds the authority to steward technologies that could rewrite what it means to be human? The ice is cold, but the secrets beneath it burn. The choice before us is not merely to unearth those secrets, but to decide how we, as a species, govern the knowledge when it finally emerges. If the Antarctic Accord exists, it asks us to contemplate an uncomfortable possibility: that some parts of our world have never truly been ours to command.